Hey everybody, welcome back to Oso's World. So today we're gonna do taquitos. Alright, let's check it out. So first you're gonna need some chicken, obviously. So we got some chicken thighs here. I usually like to go to Walmart and get the quarters with the legs and the thigh, but I only have thighs today, so. Alright, so we're just gonna take a medium-sized pot with water in it, obviously. Gonna stick the chicken in. Alright, I'm going to take some salt, add it to the water. Just so the water doesn't overboil as we're boiling it. Alright, put our top on, take it over to the stove, turn it on, and that's it. Alright, second step. Get your chicken and obviously drain it. So we're going to take it outside. So I usually like to boil it for about 45 minutes or so, just so it's easier to get off the bone, because you know it's kind of hard to get them off. You actually got to shred it off the bone. So I got these shredders today. I just bought them, so you know, want to try them out. So finally get to try them out. Alright, I usually use a pan though, because I usually end up rolling my taquitos on there and end up putting them back on there after I cook them. So alright, just lay your chicken out. Alright, if you don't have these, you could use 2 forks. I mean, they all work the same, you know. I just got a little fancy and, you know, got some claws. But yeah, so you just want to take your chicken, shred it off the bone. You know, I'm only doing a little batch today, just to try it out, you know, do this video. And I want to make like, you know, 100 taquitos today, so we're just going to shred a little bit of chicken. So dark meat tends to be more, you know, tender, easier to shred than white meat. That's why I like using dark meat. And it's optional to keep the skin on or not. I like to use the skin in my taquitos because it makes it taste better, I think. Gives it that, you know, when you deep fry them, it gives them that little crispiness and whatnot. I like it, so I actually keep them in. And just a fair warning too, if you don't have something like this, usually it tends to be really hot after you boil them, obviously. And they're going to have to be hot so you can do the job easier. Well, from my experience anyway. Either way, and then you just go through, you know, make sure to get all the meat. Try not to tear all the tendons and stuff, the harder pieces through them off the chicken. You know, it can be more hard to chew. Alright, so you go through, check your chicken. Make sure there's no bones or any. If there is, just make sure to get all the extra meat off so you can get as much taquitos out of it as you can. You know, of course they got these little cartilage bones in there. Gotta be careful of. But we're still gonna go through them later and actually check the chicken before we actually start rolling it. So yeah, got all the bones out. So take it and just usually you know, when I was taught by this from my cousin, she actually taught me to use my hands, but I'm gonna try these out, see what happens. Not working very well. So most likely I'm gonna have to use my hands. But it did help from having to, debone it. So usually it's a lot easier. You're gonna have to, break up your chicken pretty well, especially the skin if you leave the skin in it. So you have to smash it up. It'll make it easier for you to roll it. Not a pretty job, but it does the job. Oh, see? Got another bone here. Alright. Alright, for this third step, we got the bowl. So I already added half a teaspoon of Johnny seasoning salt. I mean, you can use any kind of salt you like or any kind of seasonings, whatever. So, but for this, I just used a half a teaspoon of Johnny seasoning salt and just a quarter teaspoon of chili powder in this bowl. But I'm going to show you here, since we already added salt to the water, it already has a good saltiness to it. But still, I'm going to take a quarter teaspoon of Johnny seasoning salt, this little bowl, add that in there. And so since really, I mean, use a quarter teaspoon of the chili powder, I'm just going to use about probably half, just because it's half the size of that bowl. Alright, but the difference between these two bowls, so I'm going to add some tapatio. So tapatio works the best with making taquitos, because in my experience I've tried sriracha and Tabasco. They're more of an oil-based kind of hot sauce, so they kind of leak out and separate from your taquitos. So Tabasco is the way to go. So add as much as you want. I mean, you like it spicy, you just keep on adding. Alright, so then you're there and just squish it with your hands, kind of like to get it all mixed. So that's the best way to do it, to get it all shredded up and get it all consistent throughout the whole thing. At least what I was been taught. And that's it. Alright, for the fourth part, you gotta check it. You gotta get the oil hot. I usually about an 8 or a 7, or in between, wherever you feel comfortable with, not on high. So then you take your stick, or whatever, take an end of the tortilla, whatever you want to do. But usually I use a stick. And once it starts heating up, heating up like that, see how the stick's boiling, that's ready. So what you want to do is take your tortilla, lift it in, let it go for, I don't know, 5 seconds on each side. So you don't want to cook it too much though. Take it out. So that one's just a little more cooked than I wanted it to be, so we'll try it again right here. So just a little faster this time. So dip, flip, and take out. Dip, flip, and take out, just like that. Alright, for the fifth step, now we got all our things we need. So the reason why we dip these in oil and cook them for about a couple seconds on each side is to make them easier to roll up. So we're gonna take our meat, take our chicken, fill it up to about like a finger full. So you got your finger there, so probably that much. I mean, it depends on how big you want them. I usually do about this much, so you can do them bigger if you want them fatter, but so then you want to roll it all the way up. Oh. Roll it all the way up to form a taquito. So then you just set them to the side. Take another one, you lay it down like I did with the first one. You take about enough meat, about as big as your finger. Take the back, then you just take it and roll it. Push it to the side, and there you are. Alright, for the final step, we're going to want to deep fry our taquitos. Alright, so you're going to want to take your tongs. Make sure that the end of the tortilla roll is right here. So you're going to want to gently set it into your oil. Make sure to hold it there for a minute just in case, just in case it unrolls. Because it usually doesn't stick right away. So you're going to want to be careful. So you're usually going to let your taquitos sit for about 1 minute on each side, 1.5 minutes, depending on how crispy you like it. But it's really up to you, really. I mean, if you like it crispier, more dark golden brown, then definitely just leave it there. Maybe 2 minutes, if that. Usually it doesn't take very long for them to actually cook in the oil. But it all varies, So yeah, so you're just gonna make sure. Usually it tends to stay after this, so I'm just gonna show you this one for this clip. But after a minute or so, let it sit. Usually when you do it though, when you keep on adding more and more, you usually want to put it side by side, so in kind of like a row, so that they stay folded when they're cooking. And you want to take it, there we go, look at that. See how it's golden brown right there on the bottom of it? So it's going to keep it folded and keep everything inside of it, so it's not going to undo itself and come out. So of course you got these little floaties here, like these little extra pieces, but you can just take them out when you're done, before you start adding more to it, if you like. So then you just let it sit. Take out the oil, and there you are, taquito. Alright, so then we take out our taquitos. I just want to thank everybody for watching my video and checking me out. I mean, if you like this, subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think, or what I should do next, or any information that you can give me. Just starting out, trying this out, so it's something new and exciting and something I want to do. Don't forget to smile.